Hello, friends. If you opened the charts today, you probably had a nervous twitch in your eye. Bitcoin is testing investors' nerves again, sliding down towards the $67,600 mark. Institutions are taking profits. The Fear and Greed Index is flashing 10. That is not just fear, that is icy terror. The market looks like it is ready to plunge into the abyss. But we are not here to panic with the crowd. While the hamsters are selling their portfolios at a loss, smart money is looking at three specific assets. XRP is desperately clinging to the $1.48 level, trying to break that infamous February curse. HBAR has frozen at the 10-cent mark, defying gravity. And Stellar, XLM, that guy has gone into such a deep defense that its calmness is scarier than the volatility of the others. Today we are going to break down every cent. We are going to get under the hood of the RSI and MACD indicators, check if the news about institutions is lying to us, and decide, is February 18th the day of the crash, or the day we buy the absolute bottom before the spring rally? Brew the strongest coffee you have. This conversation is going to be long and tough. Let's go. Block 1. General Market. Bitcoin pressuring the psyche. Before we get to our favorites, let's take a quick look at Big Daddy, Bitcoin. The situation, frankly speaking, is lousy. Investor risk appetite today is at zero. We are seeing large funds pulling liquidity, and BTC is caught between a rock and a hard place. Above us, 68,400 is pressing down. That is resistance we haven't been able to break for 24 hours. Below us, 66,700. If we lose this level, the next stop is 65,000. And from there, panic at 60,000 is within arm's reach. Why is this important for XRP and HBAR? Because while Bitcoin coughs, altcoins are down with a fever. But there is a nuance. Bitcoin dominance is starting to wobble. And it is in these moments that strong alts start to live their own lives. Let's see who is the strongest today. Block 2. XRP the battle at 148. Moving on to XRP. Guys, what is happening with Ripple right now is a thriller. Price and current situation. At the time of recording, we are trading around $1.46 to $1.48. Remember the start of the week. We saw an attempt to break above $1.55, but we were harshly rejected. Bears are pushing, using the general market negativity. But look at the daily chart. We are still holding the structure, technical analysis, levels of life and death. I am looking at reports from FX leaders analysts and my own charts, and here is what I see. Critical support, $1.43. Write this number down. Tattoo it on your arm. This is the lifeline. This is the uptrend level. As long as we are above $1.43, the scenario remains neutral bullish. If we close the day below $1.43, we fly down to test $1.31, and that will hurt. That is the capitulation zone. Resistance. The nearest wall is $1.53. This is the 0.5 Fibonacci level. The bears have dug in there. Breaking it on the first try in such a sluggish market won't happen. We need volume. Main target, $1.62. Analysts call this the bull gateway. If we pass $1.62, a direct corridor to $2 opens up. Indicators, what do the machines say? RSI, Relative Strength Index, on the weekly chart is currently around 33. What does that mean? We are exiting the oversold zone. Technically, the spring is coiled. Stochastic is also at the bottom, 24.53, hinting at a reversal. So, the math is screaming, buy, but fear is screaming, run. In a situation like this, the one with the stronger nerves wins. Fundamentals. The February curse. Have you heard about the XRP February curse? Every year in February, the coin shows weakness. We are down 60% from historic highs. But do you know what breaks curses? Institutional money. The deal with Aviva and progress on the Clarity Act in the U.S. Senate create a foundation that didn't exist in previous years. The market is just waiting for a trigger. My verdict on XRP for today: we are in the gray zone. Do not short from $1.48. It is dangerous because there is powerful support below. Do not long with your whole stack until we break $1.53. The best strategy today is observation and setting limit orders at $1.44. Block 3. HBAR 10 cents or death. Moving on to Hedera hashgraph HBAR. If XRP is a warrior on the battlefield, HBAR right now looks like a monk in meditation. Dry numbers. Price: 10.2 cents, 0.102. Volatility for the week: less than 1%. Boring? Maybe. But in trading, boredom is often the precursor to a storm. Technical analysis: we are squeezed in a narrow range. Forecasts for today, February 18th, give us microscopic growth to 0.1026. This is essentially flat, but let's look wider. We have support at 10 cents, a psychologically important number. If Bitcoin sneezes and drops to 66,000, HBAR might puncture this level down to 9.5 cents. But pay attention to the fear index for HBAR. It is also at 10, extreme fear. Usually when the crowd is this scared, the bottom is somewhere nearby. On-chain and transactions. Don't forget about the 114 million transactions we talked about over the weekend. The network is alive. The token isn't growing in price, but network usage is breaking records. This dissonance cannot last forever. Either the price catches up to the value, or no, I am not considering the second option. The fundamentals are too strong. Strategy for HBAR. This is an accumulation zone. If you are an investor, 10.2 cents is a great price. If you are a speculator, there is nothing to catch here. Go to XRP, there is more volatility there. Whales are accumulating HBAR right now while retail sleeps. Block 4. Stellar, 4limb, still waters. And finally, Stellar, the very asset everyone writes off, and then it does plus 20% overnight. Consolidation. Prices moving in the corridor of 20 to 22 cents. We are trading exactly on the middle line of the Bollinger Bands, 20-day SMA. Indicators: RSI, 49.26. Absolute neutrality, neither overbought nor oversold. MACD, histogram is at 0. The market for XLM has simply switched off. Traders have left. Volume has dropped. What does this mean? This is called the calm before the storm. The upper boundary of the channel is 25 cents. The lower is 20 cents. As soon as Bitcoin decides on a direction, XLM will shoot in one of those directions. Considering XLM often moves in tandem with XRP, any Ripple breakout above $1.53 will instantly send Stellar to test 24 cents. Analysts forecast a target of 25 to 27 cents by the end of February. That is a potential upside of about 15 to 20% from current levels. The risk-reward here is even more interesting than in Bitcoin. Block 5. News and upcoming events. What is on the agenda that could rock the market? Senate and Clarity Act. Rumors of new hearings on crypto regulation in the U.S. have been circulating all week. Any insider info from there could be fuel for ISO coins. XRP, HBAR, XLM. Inflation reports. The market is digesting the latest CPI data. If the Fed hints at a rate cut in March, the dollar weakens, crypto flies. Weekly close. It is critically important for us to close this week, Sunday, above $1.45 for XRP and above 68,000 for Bitcoin. If not, next week will be bloody. Conclusion. Action plan for February 18. So, let's summarize. Wednesday, February 18 is a day of patience. Your checklist for today. For XRP, Watch $1.43. If the price approaches it and bounces, take a long. If it breaks and holds below, pack it up. Wait for $1.31. Growth target $1.53. For HBAR, just hold. This is not a day for actively trading Hedera. This is a day for calm accumulation into a long-term portfolio. A price of 10 cents is a gift that many will appreciate only in the spring. For XLM, set an alert for 22.5 cents, 0.225, while we are below silence in the market. As soon as we break it, we jump in with a target of 25 cents. For Bitcoin, keep your eyes on 66,700. This is your main risk indicator. Friends, remember, the biggest money is made when the market is boring or scary. Today we are both bored and scared at the same time. This is the perfect cocktail. Do not let market makers shake you out of positions. Follow risk management, don't use 50x leverage, and you will come out winners. If this breakdown was useful, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We monitor the market 24/7, so you can sleep soundly. Write in the comments, do you believe XRP will hold $1.43 today? Profits to everyone, and see you tomorrow.